Thank you so much.
Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Happy Sunday. Market's looking a little bit slumpy today, guys. What's going on, Shana Mac? Don't forget to smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Look at this. Look at this crazy chart. Woohoo! Wow. All right. Guys, Bitcoin is currently trading at $83,270, give or take, depending on the exchange. Thank you.
Welcome.
We did get a little rejection right now. We got our little W scenario, a little bit pumpy. What was that, JJ? What, the the weird talking? Because that I was freaking out when I was playing, and then a video started playing on X with audio, which is always muted, and I was like, what the hell? That was pretty funny. If that's what you're talking about. Otherwise, oh, okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Otherwise, that was Ohm, the mantra, the crypto that just rugged
Wow.
almost 90-something%.
Damn.
Let's actually go back and look.
Rip.
Oh, dude, it got pretty spicy.
Wow.
Look at
oh
this.
my god.
Uh-huh.
What the hell happened?
Some people are saying they doubled their supplies. Some people are saying that the team allocation, which was 90% of the circulating supply, dumped. It dumped 91.93%. And from that low point, has since recovered 127%.
Well, speaking of that, did you
Crazy.
see that video?
All right. So Bitcoin is chilling. Let's get back to that other chart really quick because I want to bring attention to that. Let me turn on the webcam. Hold on. Hey. All right. So we had a trend line actually that we drew from down here. These 2 points, and we extended that all the way up here, and we thought that that was going to be some support, but we broke through it. But now it seems to be acting as resistance, so there is some relevance to that trend line. It seems so far. According to our fractal, if it's following the fractal at all, and for whatever reason I copied like a weekly fractal on a 4-hour time frame or something like that, maybe a daily, I don't know. So it's a little bit confusing, but we could potentially just kind of ride a little arc here for a minute, and then hit one more higher low, and then continue. If this fractal is to be believed at all whatsoever. I personally feel like we're probably heading for the top of the channel, but who knows, man. If it keeps doing this, every time we get to the low point, people are going to freak out. So just kind of keep yourself on your toes, you know, sentiment changes on a dime. So be careful out there. But yeah, that Ohm coin, dude, we're gonna have to look into that for sure. It's quite a crazy scenario that's unfolded. Anyways, Bitcoin 83, 415 and 30 cents. Let's update our liquidation heat map and see what we got. Zoom in a little bit. Okay. We got 58 million at 82,946. And I guess I'll put it at a 2. And then up above, we got 61 million at 84,291. And then above that, we got 90 million at 84,483. And then above that, we got our big boy at 92 million at 85,123. Okay. And then I guess I'll go one below as well. We'll go all the way down to the bottom. 82,561. Okay. So yeah, Bitcoin's chilling. We got our little W. I wouldn't be surprised if we did, because we've seen this play out a lot recently. The W, the M, another W, and then a continuation to the upside. But who knows? You know, anything can happen. Definitely keeping an eye on it. I'm looking for, I don't know, apparently a breakout of 92K on April 22nd. So we'll see what happens there. Bitcoin dominance still trading around 63-64%. I'm not mad at the chop here. It kind of makes sense as to where everything else is at. ETH is down 3.65% on the day, currently trading at 1584. It could not quite get above 1670. That is strong resistance that we're working on little by little. Hopefully the third time's the charm and it breaks right through. Sol is down 3.88%. Sol did great, dude. Sol broke through 120, 125. Resistance at 135. Couldn't quite make it all the way there. And it's holding the support at 125 now, which is great. Total 3 also looking great. Recoupling to our fractal. Looking for a little curve down. My dumbass thought it was a great idea to short down here, in which case I felt like an idiot when it went this. I think I closed right around here, but I lost a little bit of money, which was a little sad. That's why I don't put too much faith in these fractals. But yeah, we're recoupling. I wouldn't be surprised if we ride this trend line and did one of these, and then over here everyone's gonna get all hopeful, and then it's gonna die one last time. That's, again, if we're following the fractal. And right here, everyone's going to be like, it's over. We're done. We're all going to have to go get part-time jobs now. And then it's going to go crazy, do the same thing, and then it's going to go crazy. And all down here this whole time, everyone's going to be doing the same thing that they're doing right here because it's the same time frame. But again, you know, we don't have to do it exact. It's just an idea, market psychology. It's all based on previous information. ADA is down 4.09% on the day. Couldn't quite keep support around 63.64. Currently chilling at 63.24. So we'll see if she can get at least some upside. Yeah, I don't hate this, but it's starting to look more and more like a bear flag. And if that is the case, then it's breaking down. And she's probably going to go back down to her low, make a W. We'll see how it plays out. SNEK is down 4.45%. Hasn't quite broken our support yet. Ooh, I got a little tickle in my throat. Gotta take a drink. Okay, that feels better. All right. Yeah, SNEK is trading at 27. I like this where it's at. I don't want to see it go lower. It's probably going to. It's probably going to do the bear flag that ADA's doing. So if we break this lower trend line, then I'm looking for another, probably just a double bottom again. But we'll keep an eye on it. See if she loses 27.361 there. Nice support based on previous price action. XRP is down 2.99%. XRP did really well as well. Broke above 196, 2, 206, and 214. And it broke below 214, couldn't quite hold it, so it's retesting 206 as we speak. HBAR's down 7% on the day. Broke through our yellow trend line and then broke back below it. Currently testing 16445 as support. If it can hold, then we can probably... I guess I would expect it to coil in between these two if it doesn't break back above. Otherwise, maybe it'll get rejected there and then go down here and then do the same thing. But something to keep an eye on. Trades to consider. We do have I think that's a confirmed red dot on Market Cipher back here. So keep that in mind as well. SWE is currently trading at $2.21, down 5.62% on the day. It didn't quite get to 250. It looked like it was making its way there for a minute. This is also a potential bear flag playing out as we speak. And if it does, then the target is probably the exact same thing. Double bottom, set up probably around 169, 170 to front run. Ondo is down 6.93% on the day. Ondo did really good as well. Potential double top at 90 cents, though. Couldn't quite break or even get to 95. Broke below 84.84. Potential retest of 80. If it doesn't hold, then it's going to continue to the downside. Bear flag target, if this is a bear flag, which I don't know if it is, actually. It's quite sloppy if it is. I don't even know, I can't really make anything of this. You know what I mean? I guess I won't consider that a bear flag because it kind of lingered around the bottom for a minute. Otherwise, the target's been like hit already. You know, such a small target. Ergo is down 8.15% on the day. Rejection around 46, it actually looks like, which was previous resistance. Back here, support turned resistance. So it came back up. Resistance broke above that. Resistance, see if it breaks above that. Something to look out for. Render down 5.74% on the day. Render broke into $4 for a second. It broke back below. That stinks. So I guess I would look for Render to find support at 350 and then make its way towards 4 and finally break into that with conviction and hold inside of our little panic zone that I'm calling it. I really like Render's setup though. I hope it finds support at 350. I really do. But it looks good. Keep an eye on it for sure. Polkadot, rejection at 378. Didn't quite make any kind of runs. Polkadot, it's just looking a little bit slumpy, you know? I don't know. That would be the same double bottom target at 333. See if that does anything. CAS is down 6.22%. A little rejection at 762 on CAS. See if it comes back down and retests our upper trend line right here and then get a continuation to the upside. That wouldn't surprise me. Keep an eye on it for sure. It is down 6.12% on the day. Avalanche is down 4.73%. Broke above 1982. Broke above 20 for a second actually as well. Couldn't quite hold it. We got some big wicks to the upside. It is kind of following the trajectory that we set forth for it though. Finally, I think we've scooted this trajectory since like early March. So we'll see if we got a double bottom on Avalanche finally. It looks like we might, but definitely keep an eye on it. Becker was talking about Avalanche a lot in his latest video, which is interesting because he has more money than I do. Schwab down 4.67% on the day. Like I said a million times before, this is a trader's dream. Rejection at 6, support at 5. You could have made pretty decent money there. What is that, 20%? Yeah, 20% run. And then 15% down. So, something to keep in mind. It doesn't matter how popular or unpopular you think something is. If there's volume and volatility, it's worth trading. We do have a confirmed green dot at the low right here around 4.5, 4.6. So keep that in mind as well. That could point towards some pretty decent upside. Chainlink is down 4.33% on the day. We got our little W set up. Is this a inverse Batman? I don't know. It kind of looks cool. So Chainlink is really good with TA. We got a double bottom, higher low. 2 higher lows, 1, 2. It had resistance at the yellow trend line that it broke above. It broke through the green trend line as well. Broke back above that. And then resistance at 1239 and 1268 and 1339. So it rejected here. It got a little bit of accumulation, I guess a little bit past the halfway point. Broke above that. Rejection at 268 again. At the halfway point between 239 and 268, grab some liquidity there, use that to break out. Rejection at 1339, and it is now trying to decide if it wants to break back below 1268 or use that as support. Doge is down 3.08% on the day. I like that Doge got back above our green trend line. I hope it holds. Otherwise, we're looking for purple trend line, which is around 11 cents. But as of right now, it broke above the green trend line, and it rejected at 1681. And is now holding support at 1627. If it can hold and break above 1681, then we'll look for a reaction at 1752 and potentially a run towards 20. Polygon Matic Pole down 420. Nice. Is this a bear flag? Yes, it is. We're looking for this to probably, hit the double bottom around 1562. Not financial advice, something to keep an eye on. Potential trade if you're in the market for trades. Just make sure that you manage your own risk tolerance and don't take the trade just because I pointed it out. You got to make your own decisions. Near's down 5.15% on the day. We got a nice inverse head and shoulder, probably target met as well. Yeah, I would argue that met the target. So inverse head and shoulder played out on near, and it is now heading back down. Maybe it didn't. Maybe that's retesting the neckline. Regardless, it looks like it's probably going to come back down and retest the orange trend line right around 2. So nice psychological zone, a lot of price action there. If it breaks below 2, we're looking for 169. We were looking for that previously though, and it didn't quite happen. So just make sure you're careful. Don't get front ran because you're trying to be greedy and accumulate more. Everybody's got to have their own plan. Just be careful. And Chili's down 7.54% on the day. This kind of has a similar setup to near, but you had 1, 2, 3, 4 dips, an attempted breakout and failure, and now it's plummeting violently towards probably 3481. And if it breaks below the yellow trend line, then I have no clue where it's going. Silver got a little bit pumpy today. MicroStrategy looks the same. We'll have to find some way to view after hours stock prices. DXY breaking below some kind of trend line that we have here for some reason. Yeah. DXY awfully dumpy. What in the world is going on here? Super duper dumpy on the DXY. NASDAQ and S&P look the same. And let's get back up. Bitcoin dominance chilling. A little bit pumpy. Bitcoin itself, indecisive at best. What are you guys up to? Did you guys smash the like button? I received a delivery of McDonald's pies for my lovely fiance. Let's go through our portfolios really quick. Our 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is currently chilling at 772.99. It is down $228 as we speak, which is 22.8%, which isn't too bad. We got Render, Ondo, ADA, Aptos, and Shib holding it up. Sol, Near, Proppy, Doge, and Fetch dragging it down. Overall, not bad, all things considered. Our meme coin portfolio post Libra, not doing that great. $681.90, currently down $319, I think. Yeah. So, this thing's not doing that great. Originally $1,000 portfolio. SNEK is actually the worst performer so far. Wow. The tables have turned. Damn. And then we got our narrative portfolio, which is my favorite and the best performer so far. It's only down $52 right now, which is pretty damn good. I think it was doing better yesterday. It's down about 10% right now. Yesterday, I think it was down 8 or something. But Pepe is actually in profit. And then we got Mana, Fetch, VeChain, and Tau. So the narratives that we have within this is gaming, Memecoin, real world assets. Thank God we didn't do Ohm. Mantra, that would have been devastating. We got gaming, Memecoin, real world assets, AI, and decentralized physical infrastructure. So the narrative portfolio doing pretty damn good. I guess this is the power of diversity. It's a pretty cool demonstration, I gotta say. We got 30 minutes and 32 minutes until the daily close contest kicks off. So get your guys' guesses ready. Don't forget to smash the like button. We also got some news to go through. Just in, some of this is old, some of this is new, so we'll probably piece the story together as we read. Just in, China calls on United States to completely cancel tariffs. And then we got China calls on the United States to completely cancel tariffs again. George at Cryptos RS. Bitcoin is forming a bull pennant on the daily chart with a price target of $137,000 as the market sentiment starts to shift. This pattern will hold as long as price can break to the upside this week. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's actually take a look at that. I'm assuming that's on the daily, he said. Yep, on the daily chart. Okay. Yeah, I actually see it. I see it. This is not bad. I don't know if it's as long as it breaks this week. I think it can go elsewhere. Okay, his goes back even further. He's going all the way to like here. Yeah, I see both actually. Interesting. Yeah, see, I don't see why it can't do one of these. You know what I mean? And you also got to keep in mind the fact that last time we hit our peak and then we kind of traded sideways for this long. So if it does that again, then we might not break out until freaking June. You know what I mean? It's anyone's guess. I like that though. I do. You guys are awfully quiet today. What's going on? Do I got to switch to live chat? No. You guys are just quiet as hell. Okay. Oops. Okay. Next, we got White House says Trump has no plans to speak with Chinese President Xi Jinping about tariff wars. See what I mean? They're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you. And then all of a sudden, a deal's going to be reached. President Trump says that no one is getting off the hook for unfair trade and tariffs, especially China. Then we got real world asset L1 Mantra's token plummets 70% plus within an hour. Damn. That's crazy. China suspends exports of certain rare earth minerals to the United States. They've done this about 45 times. I actually saved a bunch of these. Keep in mind, this one's from today. I'm going to go through a bunch of them in this list that are from like several years ago. Like this is a recurring theme with China. They ban exports of rare earth minerals to the United States about as often as they ban Bitcoin. And look how great that's worked out for them. We got Trump says there was no tariff exception announced on Friday. We are taking a look at semiconductors and the whole electronic supply chain in the upcoming national security tariff investigation. So that kind of is putting a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. We got Ohm down. Mantra launches USD $108 million fund to boost blockchain innovation. I don't know what the hell any of this means or why anybody should care about it. Yeah, that's crazy to me. Then we got Global M2 Money Supply Guy talking about Bitcoin's next move, a little baby pullback potentially to like 78, 79K, which would not surprise me. Let's get down to our 4-hour time frame again. One more hit of that low to scare the bulls. make sure people aren't too bullish. The Ohm team deleted their Telegram channel. Whoopsie. 130 countries now negotiating new trade deals with the U.S., White House says. Commerce Secretary Lutnick says he's completely confident President Trump and China will work out a new trade deal. Interesting. Trump just said that there's no exception. Here we go. December 25th, 2023, 2 years ago. China stopped exports of critical minerals. Showdown is increasingly fierce. Wow. That's so crazy that this is a frequent occurrence. Apparently, it's literally the boy who cried wolf. Then we got another one. December 10th, 2024. China bans rare earth minerals exports to U.S. Huh. That's so weird. It's almost like they do this all the time. Another one from 3 hours ago. China halts exports of some rare earth minerals amid U.S. trade war. Wow. Do you see the recurring theme? 4 hours ago, just in, China is calling for all tariffs to be lifted. Trump says he has no plans to speak with President Xi about the tariff war. Two cranky old men arguing about whose country is better. That's all I see here. Just in, this is not a permanent sort of exemption, says Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. Phones, chips, and panels face new semiconductor tariff in 1 to 2 months despite Trump's tech import exemption. Sailor said there's no tariffs on orange dots. I'm assuming he's probably going to be buying some Bitcoin tomorrow. We'll see. And then Cynthia Loomis, being a total badass, like she is, posted a sick-ass picture. Allow me to reintroduce myself. This is from January 25th, 2025. She wants the U.S. to hold 1 million Bitcoin via the Bitcoin Act. Will her bold plan turn the U.S. into a Bitcoin superpower? We'll have to wait and see. Shannon Mack said Mexico is building a new train track to help the Panama Canal. Interesting. That's actually a cool idea. We got Trump to unveil more on chip tariffs on Monday, according to Reuters. Let's see if that's a nothing burger, pump or dump the news scenario. The wars are now fought in markets. So this is Marty Party's input. I actually thought this was super interesting. He said the wars are now fought in markets. Physical war doesn't exist. The dollar-yuan war has been going on since 2008. That's when Satoshi put out the Bitcoin idea in response to the event. You are alive through World War III. It's a monetary war. Trade allies are being aligned. The dollar and yuan will be injected, and the reserve currency will be the most used and borrowed of the two digital currencies, backed by U.S. and Chinese bonds. Liquidity for safekeeping value will allocate to Bitcoin. Both currencies will go on chain, digital dollar and digital yuan. There will be an emergence of Bitcoin bonds. Interesting. Invest in Bitcoin and the network tokens that will move and store value, ownership, and IP however it resolves. All roads lead to Bitcoin and global value networks. Interesting. Shinamax said take a look at it now. Then we got the M2 guy, Colin Talks Crypto. Probably a good idea to check this out if you're following along his concept. It kind of makes a little bit too much sense. We got Welcome to Terra Luna V2. For those wondering, the Ohm team dumped their entire allocation. That's 90% of the total circulating supply gone. They also deleted Mantra's official Telegram group. Just like that, $3.5 billion in market cap vanished. And yep, apparently somebody named JP Mullen 888 is the guy behind it all. That is freaking crazy. Building the L1 for real-world assets. So yeah, pretty crazy. Somebody with 200,000 followers, literally rugging the entire cryptocurrency space. What was their market cap? Let's actually check. Coin market cap /historical. Let's go to like yesterday because I have to check historical now. Actually, I'll just go to April 6th. Oops. Where is it? I can't see it. Am I crazy? Number 1, number 2, number 3. Bitconomy, prom. Should I be searching mantra? There we go. It was number 20 with a $5.3 billion market cap. This thing is worth $271. As we speak, it is worth $1.14. Damn. Mantra has fallen, wiping out 5 billion in market cap. Here's everything we know so far. Let's go check this guy's post out. Oh, I gotta click on a link. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't know. Do we know everything that happened? Somebody's pointing that out. That's pretty funny. Successful implementation of the downtrend scenario after the breakout of support. Stop it. Dude, somebody called that? There's no way. That's too funny. Dude, somebody said it will dump hard like Luna. Wait for the right time. No way. No freaking way. Wow. Dude. Okay, so Ondo, Link, and HBAR apparently are the ways to go. I'd be interested in seeing everyone's like history of talking about this. That's crazy. There was a big crash in Mantra token. Ohm token was abandoned by its administrators. Its supply was made unlimited, and there was a big drop. In fact, there was a robbery. Wow. That's so crazy. Look at these sick guitars. I want one so bad. Okay. I can't believe that happened, dude. That's like out of control. Wow. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I can't. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that. Shanamax said now there's many ships to go through in a day. Demand is too high and the ships. Okay. I mean, it sounds like something should have been done about the Panama Canal a long time ago. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to tell me that's the only viable solution there. Yeah, I can't believe that this happened. Let's actually see if there's any further news about it. Just rugged from $9 to 50 cents. What happened? Zach XBT says there's no question it was a heavily manipulated token via market makers, supply control. The Mantra Discord community is awaiting updates from the team. Ouch. That rug pull stung. Shake it off and follow us for a bear hug and copium therapy. I love it. I love it. Free emotional support mascot. I'm going to follow them. This is brilliant. If you're not bullish on, yeah, these are great, dude. These people, if you're not bullish on Ohm right now, what are you even doing? Mantra chain is going absolutely insane. That's so poorly timed. I can't believe that. That's like the most comical timing ever. Um, hmm. Only 2.5 billion valuation. Polyhedra network. Are these available for trade elsewhere? Like, can I short these things that are gonna rug? What is this called? ZKJ? Z? ZKJ. Nope. Interesting. So, here's my question then. If the team was going to do that, what's to stop them from... Because I'm sure that this is available. I'm sure that Mantra is available on anywhere for trade. Yeah, it's so I could have traded this. If I would have just opened a 10x short on that, it's down 800%, I think it said, or 80 something percent. I would have made 800%. What's to stop the team from doing that? You know what I mean? And I understand it's like insider trading or whatever, but would the exchange be able to even tell who they are? You're not going to tell me somebody didn't have a short opened up on Ohm. Because it happened. That was like an actual one clip candle. Oh. Dear Mantra, Richard Tang, Binance, I invested $3.5 million in your RWA token. Ohm, That investment is now worth barely 200K, a drop of over 90%. My intention was to support the future of RWAs. I conducted thorough due diligence, and the supposed partnership with leading UAE property company was a key factor. Just for the record, partnerships don't do shit, and I hate to be that guy, but the UAE is very, very full of fake stuff, just the same as any other country. So whatever this leading UAE property company is, even if they're legit, a partnership with them, between them and Ohm, I'm sure that there's paperwork that makes them completely not liable for anything remotely close to this, so they're not going to get in trouble. They probably made a decent chunk of change from Ohm for like allowing the partnership. It seems like this was 100% just a rug. And unfortunately, I don't think that there's anything illegal about it. Tokenomics are tokenomics. If they publicize the ability to make the supply as infinity, and then they did that, and then they dumped their bags, their publicly allocated bags that everyone was aware the team owns 90% of the circulating supply. I guess I'm not aware of where the law was broken. Sure, it's not morally correct, but who's going to get in trouble? You'd have to, like, vigilante justice would have to take place in order for anything to happen. It's now clear that those funds were funneled into the pockets of the Binance and Ohm teams. Oh, really? Had I known my investment would be used to subsidize insiders instead of advancing the RWA ecosystem, I would never have engaged. See, that's the problem. Is they're talking about it like it's a security, and it's not. It's a cryptocurrency, which has already been given the green light by the Fed, and I don't think anything is going to happen. If this situation is acknowledged and addressed appropriately, I will have no choice, or is not acknowledged, I will have no choice but to escalate this through formal legal channels. My crypto legal representatives, Berwick Law, will be in touch. Damn. That's actually pretty sick. This isn't just about a failed investment, it's about accountability. So I'm sure if there is something that they've illegally done, somebody's going to catch it, and then they're going to get in trouble. Like if you shorted Ohm yesterday. Damn. No way. I love all in crypto too. Did he say something about that? That sucks. I would have loved to catch that. That would have been so good. All right, let's see. We got 15 minutes until the daily close contest begins. Bitcoin's currently trading at 83.6. I don't know. Market's just looking a little bit boring. I'm not going to lie. It's looking a little bit boring. I hope I'm wrong, but it does legit seem like we're going to let these bear flags play out. My target for ADA is like 50 cents. So if that's the case, again, this is not financial advice. I'm just mapping out an idea here. Let's just front run it. Let's go to 52. 18%. So 18%. That's 180% if you do a 10x. Okay, so that's almost doubling your bags. If you short with a 10x, which is somewhat irresponsible. So not financial advice, but I don't know. You gotta play the game. Yeah. Bitcoin 83,589 and 5 cents. Is anything holding up? Everything's kind of dragging down a little bit. Yep, it seems like unfortunately we're gonna have a little bit of a doo-doo scenario play out. Perhaps the recoupling of the fractal. Let's go take a look at what our total crypto market cap fractal looks like. Yeah. Yeah, a pullback here seems relatively viable. Do one of these. Everyone would freak out down here. I hope this fractal's wrong, because this one's so boring. Like, we gotta wait till freaking July? That stinks. Shana Max said, who the F buys crypto that a team holds 90% of? Exactly. Exactly. And you know, it sucks. Some people are just uneducated when it comes to tokenomics and team allocation and the importance of stuff like that. But that's not anybody's fault but that investor, you know? You got to make sure you know what's going on before you put your money somewhere. You can't just allow, you know, I don't know. That's I guess the negative part of the barriers of entry becoming easier or lower. When it's easier to get into crypto, a lot more people are going to get scammed because they're just going to put their money everywhere. Oh, I was told that this was going to go to $5 and it, you know, it's like SHIB or something. And then there's some other token with some crazy circulating supply and the team has like majority of it. I don't know. It's just, it's dangerous. It's really dangerous. They did an airdrop a month ago, which was supposed to deliver Ohm tokens to wallets of early adopters. At the last second, they changed plans and decided to backlist 50% of the users, accusing them of being bots, according to their vaguely explained bot detection framework. Community felt betrayed, and that was the first crack. Terrible tokenomics, lack of fundamentals finally came to play into this one. Stay safe out there. Yeah, it sucks, but it really does feel like people just didn't look into the tokenomics. What are the odds of Ohm on Sol flipping the room? Mantra, stop it. Damn, that's crazy. Let's actually go take a look at the deck screener really quick. Let's see what we got. Normal said, I've been so suspicious of Ohm, but never heard of anything. Very FTT-like price action along, and I could never find what was actually special about the coin. Yeah, some of them, it's over mantra. Ohm. Some of them just latch onto these, only misery. Latch onto these buzzwords and they take off for some reason. I don't know, it's quite silly to me. And unfortunately, people end up losing a lot of money, which is very sad, but it can't be helped. Really can't. Okay, Pinlink getting a little bit of a pullback. Let's see if she holds the blue trend line. It's going to depend entirely on the market the next couple of days. Bitcoin's trying to make up its mind. I don't think Bitcoin's in a... See, you could make the argument for the bear flag, but you could also make the argument for a bull flag if this price action plays out the right way. You know, like what if it does one of these? What if it does this? I don't know, does that count? Would this have to be like this? You could do that. What's the lower time frame look like? What's a 15-minute look like? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. That's a descending broadening wedge. I don't think that's bullish though. I can't type today. Descending broadening wedge. Oh no, it can be bullish. Technical chart pattern that indicates potential bullish reversal of a downtrend. Interesting. Okay. So we'd be looking for a sustained clip on the bottom, a little rejection at the top, and then a breakout. Not that I'm, you know, I'm not really a 15-minute trader, but I kind of like this. I used to trade the 15-minute. I was really good at it for a very short period of time. And then I started, I think, zooming in a little bit too much. The RSI kind of checks out for that too. Normal said, unfortunately, I was never able to unload some Ohm. I accidentally bought that weirdly got sent on BSC chain when I paid ETH gas fees and never figured out the whole pancake swap yet. But I think I bought for $1.50. All good. Nice. Shannon Max said, one of the first things I do before buying any crypto is look at the team allocation and burn allegation, burn support, and so on. HQZ said, sup JJ, how's your corner? It's pretty chill, pretty chill. Do I have food in my beard? Yeah, smash the like button, guys. What was I gonna say? Oh yes, team allocation is my first. That is literally the first thing I look at. And what's nice about meme coins, especially on Dex Screener, is you can check that at least on Sol. Some of the chains like Base, I don't know if Base has it for every coin. Okay, they do. Good, 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 good. There's a couple of them though that I've been on, and I'm like, I want to participate in some of these coins, but then there's no, yeah, right here on Sui, which is supposed to be the next big thing. There's no, like, I can't look up the holders, and I want to see where the liquidity sits. You know what I mean? Like on Sol, if I wanted to buy Spank coin, and I saw there's 64K in liquidity. This is the liquidity pool right here, top holders liquidity pool. It is a $312,000 market cap. The top holder, I'm assuming, is this guy. He only has 9K. It's 3%. That's a pretty big percent, but it's not 10 or 20. You know what I mean? 3% is good, or at least it's better for a meme coin. I prefer single digit or like even fractions, but there's always going to be, high rollers. So that's my main go-to thing, is making sure there's nobody out here with like 20, 30, 40%. And a lot of times they'll split their wallets up. So these might all be the same guy. This guy might have 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15%. You know what I mean? You have no idea. And if they'll split up the allocation with bots or like some kind of automated protocol. So you'll see each one will hold like 1.5%. 1.5%, and there will be like 5 or 6 wallets that hold 1.5% exactly. And you're like, that's a little suspicious. So there's like obvious things to look out for. And I guess you don't really learn those obvious things unless you've been in the space for a long enough time. Jeez, look at all of these. Some of these have no volume for over an hour. That's so ridiculous to me. Oh. All right, let's check the chat again. Shinamax said smash like. Normal said team allocation. Yeah, I looked briefly at tokenomics, but not in depth. H Husey said I'm pooping right now. Hell yeah. You gotta keep that those bowel movements regular. That's important. One of my biggest fears is like colon health. I'm like, I don't want to get butt cancer. That sucks so bad. Shinamax said protein poop it up. I got some farts for you. Normal said, who live pooping on air this guy? Whoa, lol. Jim said, what's good, peoples? Did anyone see Ohm? Yikes. Bitcoinet. HQZ said, sup, Jim? Just pooping on the can. Shinamax said, I got a video of my guy pooping at huge protein poo. Are you guys okay? Yeah, we were just talking about Mantra, Jim. It's crazy what happened. Legit, cannot believe this. I am 12 years old, and I just made $837 million shorting Ohm. No freaking way. Shorting Mantra 50x here at 5.8 billion. Got info it will nuke. What? There's no way, dude. That's so crazy. I hope that's real. That's freaking awesome. Broke just posting the Ohm chart. Woke posting the chart and pointing out that it was a Polka starter project and farming Polkadot mindshare. Interesting. For those not in the know, Mantra Network was formerly Mantra DAO, and they used Polka Starter to effectively IDO years ago, masquerading as a future parachain on Polkadot. The problem is that Polka Starter basically just mooched on the Polkadot branding for a long time and has a sordid history of IDOing pointless rug projects with basically none of them actually ever becoming dot parachains. There's a trail of social media comments spanning years exposing Starter as not actually being affiliated with Polkadot, despite Starter implying it with their marketing. Commentators point out the fact that Starter wasn't written in Substrate and the Pol's token is actually an ERC20. Long story short, nobody uses Mantra. There's barely any TVL or transaction volume. The rumor is that the team holds most of the supply, and market makers alongside some rich dude in Dubai have been manipulating the chart up for months, crushing perp shorts because literally no one had tokens to sell. Seems like they decided it was time to dump the chart. Kind regards, 6 billion fully diluted value in a single day candle. Damn. Seems like Mantra team were holding a large amount of the supply and market sold everything. Team needs to address this, or looks like it could be headed to zero. It's probably headed to zero. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I might actually just forever short this. HQZ said, I think this one is gonna require a shower afterwards. Dude, those ones are the worst. Every year the rug gets even bigger. Yeah, man, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. What's the market cap at now? I was not expecting this on my on my day. It's still number 64. It's still got $1.78 billion market cap. Why are people holding on to it? It's a garbage coin now. Just sell it, bro. It's time. Normal said, wow. Did you have kombucha or probiotics? Damn. Oh, daily close contest coming up in less than 1 minute. Let's get back to Bitcoin on the 1 minute time frame. All right, let's get this crap out of the way. Bitcoin is currently trading at $83,537.99. Absolutely chilling at the moment. Get your guesses ready, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 36 seconds left on the clock until you guys can start guessing. Jim said people went long at the wick. Wild. Wow. Carne asada tacos and Reese's blast shake. Ooh, stop at HQZ. I'm gonna leave and go get some Dairy Queen. It's been months, man. I went on a Dairy Queen kick last summer, dude. I was getting Dairy Queen every single day. It was out of control. They had this one with like 3 different types of cookies in it. It had what did it even have in it? One sec. All right, get your guesses in for the daily close contest, ladies and gentlemen. It had Oreos, Nutter Butter, and Chips Ahoy. Oh, ooh, it was so good. It was so good. Now I have McDonald's pies. Okay. Guys, get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Okay. Huh. Normal said, I feel really at home in this disgusting chat, bruh. It's pretty gross. I enjoy it, though. And I'm eating. We're on the 1 minute. That's why it looks so pumpy. I will say my 83K Bitcoin joke, though, is holding up pretty well. We have been stuck at 83K for forever. Okay. Okay. We got a guess from HQZ 83680. Well, I was going to announce a big thing today, but there's nobody freaking here. Cheers, guys. Appreciate you guys for joining. Happy Sunday. We got the weekly close today. I think the viewership is going to plummet during the summertime because everyone's going to be outside chilling. We'll see, though. We will see. I got to get a new air conditioner in my window. Anybody else for the daily close contest? We got 2 minutes and 44 seconds left for people to guess. Normal coming in with 85,093. Excuse me while I eat another McDonald's pie. I'm an American. I'm allowed to eat as many as I want. Oh, Shana Mac coming in with a guess. Jim said, I want to see the price go to $11.89. That's how much it costs for a Big Mac meal at McDonald's. Interesting. Let's get Normal and Shana Mac in there as well. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. You can share the news with us, real fans. It requires large people though, like a large quantity of folks. That's the whole purpose. I'll tell you guys what it is. I've mentioned this in the past. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna build a wallet, like a Bitcoin wallet. Oh, Fahid coming in. Time coming in. Two viewers popping in at the last second, only to participate in the daily close contest. How kind of them. I'm gonna start building a Bitcoin wallet, and I'm gonna slowly unveil the seed phrase, like secretly. It's not gonna be obvious. Unveil the seed phrase. Okay, Tyler's going 83,720. And it's going to be like gamified. I believe I'm going to take, once I announce it, the idea is to take 50% of money donated to me through YouTube and put it in the wallet, which will be, it'll be a 1 month delay because it takes me about a month to get the YouTube money. And YouTube takes 30%. So 70%. 30, basically 35%. I'm going to get 35. The other 35 is going to go into the Bitcoin wallet. And I think I'm going to reveal like a rainbow chart showing the colors in order. And then the words are going to be colored that color so that you can see everything in order. I don't know. I'm going to probably publicize it on a website, actually. All right, we got Happy Monday from Money, also participating in the Daily Close contest. 26 seconds remaining on the clock. But the concept is to increase viewership through the giveaway and encourage donations and shit. I think it'd be fun. It's like a 50-50 raffle mixed with a scavenger hunt. You know what I mean? One of my favorite things that I've ever done. Yeah, Shanamax said let us donate to the wallet. That would be even better. One of my favorite things that I've ever done in crypto is a scavenger hunt. It was a NFT scavenger hunt. Oh, time's up, by the way. Time's up. Let me put that in the chat so nobody gets mad. I did a scavenger hunt for an NFT project, and I won like $700. But it was so much fun, dude. It was like a 3-month-long thing, and we were all like collaborating in the Discord, sharing notes and stuff like that. I don't know. It was so much fun, dude. All right, let's put these bad boys in order. We got 83,680, 85,93, 83,599. Okay, normal is super duper bullish. Copy. 83,599. Okay. 83,709. Copy. 83,720. Copy. Oops. And 83,506. Copy. No, that goes right there. Whoops. Okay, 83,506, 83,599, 83,680, 83,709, 83,720, 85,093. Okay. Jim said, using the rate tool and trading view makes me feel like Sauron from Lord of the Rings. Tyler said, HQZ. I quit doing that. I was making so much money off my feet pics. Ew, HQZ girls poop too. Bitcoin is getting awfully pumpy here, leading into the weekly close. Currently trading at 83,782 and 61 cents. We got 3 minutes and 7 seconds left on the clock for the daily close contest. As of right now, if Bitcoin were to close at this exact price, 83,752 even, Tyler would be the winner. Interesting. That would put him in first place, tied with Fahid. Very, very interesting. Shinamax said, JJ, that would be sweet if we can build it up and it grows and grows. Dude, that would be so much fun. And I think my favorite part, that is in my brain at least, is if all the words get revealed and like no one's aware yet. People are like, I have 6 words, I have 8 words, you know. People are unsure. And then I'm like, announce that every single word has been revealed. Then everyone's got to go back and rewatch stuff. All right. We got 2 minutes and 18 seconds left on the clock. Bitcoin's currently trading at 83,734 even. Again, if it closes here, Tyler will be the winner. It is closest without going over. I'm just double checking to make sure that everything is properly in order. Exactly 2 minutes remaining on the clock. Jim said business. I come to JJ's stream to screw around. Shane Mac said we got to watch again and take notes. Dude, I already have so many ideas of how I'm going to hide the words and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm going to do... I don't know. I think it should depend on if the pot gets really, really big. And I think I'm going to make it so that the last word doesn't get unveiled until I reach a certain subscriber milestone. And it's not going to be unachievable. But the idea is to encourage people, like especially if you have like, let's say it's a 12-word seed phrase. And you have 11 of the words and you need the 12th word and you're like ready to go. It's going to encourage you to share the channel and, you know, get me up to, let's say, 1,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a really good idea. All right, we got 1 minute and 1 second remaining on the clock. Bitcoin's currently trading at 83,722 even. This is the candle that will determine the fate of the winner. Tyler's 83,720 even. It's looking like it's going to be a green candle. We got 49 seconds left on the clock. It's very, very close between Tyler and Fahid. Fahid would just make his distance in first place larger. Tyler would tie himself with Fahid for first place, leaving Hoffs in the dust in second place by himself. 33 seconds left on the clock. 83,718. It is now Fahid in the lead. 83,709. Not a big gap that he gave himself, but a big enough gap to make a difference. 83,714 even. It's between Fahid and HQZ now. Fahid in the lead by $4, give or take. Oh, 726. 12 seconds left on the clock. This is a big boy. It's getting spicy. 735.99. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The daily close for Bitcoin, $83,760, even making Tyler the winner. We have a new first place setup. Congratulations, Tyler, guys. Spam the bananas in the chat. History was made today. 83,760 even. Congratulations, Tyler, on your victory. This is a big deal, guys. Very, very big deal. Let's go back to the 4-hour. Tyler, you did it. Congratulations. Spam the bananas. Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you our new first place lineup. Tyler Yetzer and Fahid Hussein. Congratulations to the both of you. May you guys share many, many happy years together. Tyler has 11 wins. Fahid has 11 wins. Offs has 10 wins. J Shear 2.0 has 6 wins. And Waterfly has 5 wins. Congratulations to our our 5 top 5s, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat. Fahid said I blame everyone else who didn't want to join the anti-Tyler faction. Shana Max said go Tyler. Normal is mad. HQZ said I thought butt implants were new boob jobs. Tyler said Fahid, I didn't show anything, but I love you too. Makes me sad. Fahid said Tyler, you betrayed me, sir. You betrayed me. HQZ said I won't spam the bananas. Jim said Fahid is still under investigation for allegations against his price fixing. Money spammed broccoli. Normal said, what do the nanners signify? Bananas in the chat. Price action. Whoop. Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. April 13th, 2025, Sunday. Tyler is the winner, and his prize is a cannoli. Congratulations, Tyler. Enjoy your big, girthy, delicious cannoli, whether or not you like light or dark cream filling. It is yours to choose. If you want both, then by all means, shove it deep down your throat and enjoy. Tony Rosas said, what up, JJ? What up, chap? What's going on, Tony Rosas? Tyler said, I did not. You left our strike first. Shannon said, prize. Fahid said, Tyler, I agreed to join till you did a +1 on me. Ooh. Speaking of +1, Fahid +1, ladies and gentlemen, check out the merch, which you can see the link in the description or at the top of my YouTube channel. We have some Deep Lore series merch. We got a Fahid +1 mug for your beverage enjoyment. We got Coffee Beanie Ghost and Fahid +1. And then we have our I won the daily close contest, and all I got was this foot-long glizzy animated version. Deep Lore series. Help yourself. Fun stuff. Tyler, enjoy your cannoli. Bitcoin is looking a little bit green at the moment. $83,868.58. It's getting exciting, guys. Getting exciting. That was the weekly close. Let's see what the weekly looks like. Very nice. Big, fat, green, bullish engulfing candle. What does that mean? That means that we had some buys this week. A unconfirmed green dot on the momentum wave on Market Cipher. Looking good. Total 3. Not quite bullish engulfing, but bullish nonetheless. Also looking good. ETH. I don't know, is that a bullish hammer candle? Yeah, it might be, kind of. It's like a Dragonfly Doji, maybe a big fat reversal for ETH coming along. Sol, bullish engulfing for sure, looking great. ADA, not quite bullish engulfing as well. SNEK, not quite bullish engulfing. XRP, it was pretty close, but not quite bullish engulfing. And HBAR, and Sweet, and Ondo, very bullish engulfing, looking good. Arrow, not quite bullish engulfing. Actually, is this? Yeah, yep. And then Render, bullish engulfing. Render looks great. Ondo looks great. ETH looks great. Sol looks great. And Bitcoin looks great. We are moving up in the world, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And just like that, the bullish scenario is gone and Bitcoin is bearish now and everything's going to 0. Tyler said, JJ wouldn't let me do 0 with you. That's on him, not me. Money said, what is that? What? You don't know what a cannoli is? Whoa. I demand that money goes out and finds a local cannoli place and tries a cannoli. It has to be a real cannoli. It can't be something that you like buy at Walmart or whatever. You got to find some cannoli. And it's got to be a sweet one. It can't be savory. Just get yourself a cannoli and enjoy the Italian cuisine. It's phenomenal. And it's Italian. Let's check the chat again. Tyler said, nope. Normal said, LMAO. I met my parents. My dad's like, what the F are you watching? Hello, normal dad. I don't remember what I said. HQZ said, I always thought Beanie Ghost was a beanie condom. Nope, he's a little ghost. Tyler said same thing. HQZ said ETH is like a cup and 2 girls, 1 cup. Tyler said, ha 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 ha. Jim said, I refuse to be bullish. Shane said, the waffle ones, OMG. HQZ said, go to an Italian restaurant for cannoli. Money said, we don't eat that here. What? What do you guys have? She has like fish and chips just for every single meal. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Billy said, hello, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Shane said, my kids always come in and know when JJ is on. Hell yeah. Shane got some sick kids. Absolute badass mother effers. Tyler said they eat broccoli and only broccoli. Yeah, you gotta go somewhere Italian. They also have those the little red and green cookies, letter shaped like leaves. Ooh, those are so yummy. Shinnemek said, what pastry do you eat? Fish and chips pastry. Over in the UK. I just assume that's where money is. I'm not positive. All right. Bitcoin's trying to decide if it's bullish or bearish. The entire market's kind of trying to figure out what's going on. Very confused. Indeed, broccoli's still better. I like broccoli. I thoroughly enjoy broccoli. What about why can't I remember? Asparagus. Do you guys eat asparagus, money? Do you guys eat McDonald's pies? Because I do. Ew. Shana Mac just said, I eat raw broccoli all the time. What's wrong with you? Moon Knight said, when SNEK to Billy. Love your name, by the way. Do you guys remember? Did anybody ever watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force? I remember when the Aqua Teen Hunger Force : movie film for theaters was coming out, and they Adult Swim put a bunch of Moonanites like all around New York City, and they legit thought that they were bombs. And it was just the Moonanite flipping you off. Let me see if I can find it. Gosh, that's so funny. Yeah. Oh, it was Boston. My bad. It was Boston. Right here. 2007 Boston Moonanite Panic. On the morning of January 31st, 2007, the Boston Police and the Boston Fire Department mistakenly identified battery-powered LED placards depicting the Moonanites, characters from the Adult Swim animated series Aqua Teen Hunger Force, as IEDs, leading to massive panic placed throughout Boston, Massachusetts, and the surrounding cities of Cambridge and Somerville by Peter Zibler-Berdovsky and Sean Stevens. These devices were part of a nationwide guerrilla marketing advertising campaign for the Aqua Teen Hunger Force : movie filmed for theaters, which I saw in theaters. It was amazing. Highly recommend. Aqua Teen Hunger Force is amazing as well. I mean, I don't know. You can't beat creative genius like that. But that's freaking funny, dude. That's hilarious. HQZ said, I recommend the Italian cream cake from Gino's in Round Rock, Texas. Shanamax said, sheet the best. Money said, not me. Yes to pies. Shanamax said, I cracked down a McDonald's pie. Little Ranch on a pie. HQZ said, everyone loves a good pie. Moonanite said, hell yeah, I watched it. Dude, I love it. Shanamax said, yum. Tony Rosa said, meatwad. Shanamax said, remember Crank Yankers? Oh, yeah, I do. Dude, I was just thinking they should bring Celebrity Deathmatch back. I think that'd be hilarious. Tyler said, I went to the grocery store, and on my way back, I got a flat tire. Good thing I had asparagus. Jim said, the Moonanite thing was epic. Dude, that's so funny. Billy said, Tyler, what the F? Shinamax said, I got a Moonanite sticker on my comp. Moonanite said, never heard of this, but that's epic. Isn't that hilarious? Tony said, don't change, don't change. Spoony love. HQZ said, Tyler, you used asparagus to plug the tire. Smart. Shanamax said, took kids to Minecraft movie. Was super cool. Dude, I'm going to the Minecraft movie on Friday at the Sick Theater. Dude, I'm about to eat. They got these little pretzel thingies that they bring you. I'm going to order so much food. It's going to be disgusting. Jim said, so when can I expect my 4X from Ohm? 4X, the circulating supply is what you get. Billy said HQZ, it's a play on words for spare. And HQZ said, I don't smoke enough weed to watch cartoons anymore. And Philly said, when 100 watchers. We got 15 right now. You guys piled in super duper late, but I'm okay with it. We're getting a little bit pumpy. Congratulations once again to Tyler for winning the Daily Close contest and tying with Fahid for first place. Hoffs is nowhere to be found. He's probably somewhere thrifting or something. HQZ said, I don't smoke enough weed to watch Minecraft. Dude, I live for cartoons, man. I watched Freerin for the first time in my life. That shit was so good. And then Dungeon Meshi, Delicious in Dungeon on Netflix. That's also equally amazing. Avatar: The Last Airbender and Avatar: The Legend of Korra. Both amazing movies. Or shows, I'm sorry, not movies. I saw Jack Black. And it made me think of movies. What else? What else? I don't know. I like animated stuff. I have no problem with the medium if it's animated or live action. As long as it's good storytelling, I'm happy. Look at this. Market's getting a little bit pumpy. What's going on? Do we got some news in the crypto world? Let me go without showcasing my X feed because sometimes it gets a little unhinged. I'm going to go see if there's anything you guys can watch. Bitcoin get a little bit pumpy here for no reason. Dude, there's so much food stuff on my X feed now. It's out of control. What the hell? HOA. I'm seeing a lot of food. Oh my gosh, somebody made a homemade crunch wrap. I might have to go and get Taco Bell. Oh, here we go. China just cut off rare earth magnets and US factories are sweating. What do we got? Michael Saylor's strategy. Formerly, MicroStrategy reveals it may sell Bitcoin if price plunges. That's not new. Oh, we got a mantra thing. Bam. This is from 5:15 p.m., so 3 hours ago. We want to assure you that mantra is fundamentally strong. Today's activity was triggered by reckless liquidations, not anything to do with the project. One thing we want to be clear on, this was not our team. We are looking into it and will share more details about what happened as soon as we can. What? What? They're doubling down? That's freaking crazy. Wow. Dude, if there's no proof that they sold anything, they're good. Let me check the chat. That's bonkers. Jim said I want Jack Black to play Cora. Money said, have you watched Courage the Cowardly Dog? I grew up on Courage, dude. That's why nothing scares me, because that shit was terrifying. Philly said, when PLTR to 200? I don't know. Shana Max said, I loved it when we saw it in 3D to go Minecraft. What? Jim said, I wouldn't be surprised if PLTR went to 200 eventually. Normal said, you think we'll see some fresh liquidity moving around the markets tonight or crash ripple effects tonight? Did you already say what exactly happened today? Ohm? Yeah, we went through Ohm. I'll probably talk about it some more because it's pretty crazy. HQZ said tomorrow, Philly. Tyler said gotta go at work. Figured I'd just drop in and win real quick. Hell yeah. Love you people. Have a good night. Take it easy, Tyler. Happy Sunday. Jim said the news freaked out over the 1 billion ETH. Let's see what they do with 6 billion from Ohm. Yeah, dude, that's nuts. Tyler said 84. Let's go. Normal said PLTR will pull an Ohm eventually if the swamp gets drained. Yeah, what do they even do? What does PLTR do? Jim said Mantra locked their Telegram. Sus. That's what everyone was saying. They said that they deleted it. HQZ said, what if they have to assure us that it's probably not strong, right? Shanamek said, what the F did you just read, JJ? Bullshit. It's from the Mantra people, apparently. Let's go see if it's actually on their thing. Tokenizing RWAs. Yeah. This is the end of... Okay, they said Mantra community. We want to assure you that Mantra is fundamentally strong. Today's activity was triggered by reckless liquidations. Not anything to do with the project. One thing we want to be clear on. This was not our team. We are looking into it and will share more details about what happened as soon as we can. What? That's crazy. That's so freaking crazy. I don't even know if I can switch because Bitcoin is pumping so much. Dude, that is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers, banana pants bullshit. Down 91%. And it had nothing to do with the team. Okay, then what? Who outside of your team held enough to dump the price by 91%? I think money-wise, that has to be at least like 45% of the supply. Am I wrong? Dude, we got a tweezer bottom on Bitcoin. I think it's about to go crazy. I don't know for sure, but keep an eye on it. Yeah, I got nothing for this mantra. This is crazy. Tyler said double rug baby, right? Shinamek said they're going to come out and say it was one guy on their team, right? They're like, we fired him and then he dumped, so he was not a member of the team. Jim said, rug me once, shame on you. Rug me twice, joke's on you. Couldn't sell the first time. Shannon Mac said, I love the Minecraft movie. Saw it in 3D. Jack Black is Steve, LMAO. Dude, I love Jack Black. He can do no wrong in my book. Jim said, when your investment does a reverse 5x, you want some answers, right? Tyler said, what if it was someone that bought super early and just held? Doubt it. Dude, that would be freaking hilarious if one dude just held like 45% of the supply. It was Mr. Beast. Billy said, what the F? 91% rug? Yeah. And they're like, oh, it was not the team. We're fundamentally strong. Okay, sure. That's fine. The Mantra staff was on traffic with Mara Van Zeller on National Geographic. What? What did they traffic? That's so crazy, dude. I can't believe that. Cannot believe that. They doubled down. Do you guys, what if it actually like rebounds? What if it comes back really well? Oh, what happened? Mr. Beast to feed the kids in Africa. I mean, that would be some Robin Hood shit, but I feel like he has the money to do that in the first place. Sui up 1.15% today, looking good. Ondo 1.5% today, looking good. Dude, everything's getting a little bit pumpy right now. We're already up single digits. Let's go. Dude, Soul is ready to rip. Is this it? Is this the fake out before the mommy makeout? I don't know. I don't know. I'm betting on it. Let's go. Fuck it. Why not? I will say, if the crypto scams episode, no shit. Didn't Mr. Beast rug super? I have no idea. Super like Super Farm? Leo Trades coin? That wouldn't surprise me. What was I talking about? HQZ said, yeah, Jim. And he also had some shady NFT insider trading scam. I'm not going to talk about it. I forgot what I was going to talk about. I feel like I had words in my head that I was going to speak. Normal said, super and really all gaming projects got rugged, it seemed. Jim said gaming and NFT were the worst things to ever happen to crypto. I disagree. I thoroughly enjoyed NFTs. I think they got overhyped. I think that was the big problem. I still enjoy my NFTs. I'm not out here buying any, but I wasn't in the first place. What happened was everyone and their brother was like, you can become an overnight millionaire with NFTs, and that was not the case. A lot of people did that, but then everyone tried it. You know what I did? I nitpicked. I was so picky. I only bought things where I enjoyed the art, and I would buy on pre-sale or below the floor price. You know, I bought I think probably 10 or 12 NFTs, and I sold every single one for double what I paid for it, minimum. Sometimes it went way higher, and I could have made a lot more money. Sometimes I didn't sell them at all, but I made a profit. I was net profit on my NFT foray from the entire last bull market. And this time around, every NFT that I have, because of my net profits, is basically free, and I have no regrets. It was a fun time. I think that there's a place for it in crypto. I just don't think that it's going to be as prominent as everyone thought it was going to be. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I really have to say about it. Jim said, not only was it a bear market, but those two things made it 100 times more toxic. Shannon Mac said, JJ, no, they are listening to us. Mr. Beast will ban his YouTube. Going to buy some Ohm. HQZ said, even JJ, too scared. Mr. B will take him down. Yeah, I just know when to shut the hell up. Him and his friends are fucking weirdos, though. I'll say that. Jim said, nah, man, the NFT communities were so toxic, not healthy for the space. Yeah, I'm not saying, I mean, that's semantics, though. Crypto communities are toxic, too. Gaming is also extremely weird. Trying everything to owning the system, ecosystem coins is like the ultimate microtransaction system. Yeah. That's why I like what Guns is doing with Off the Grid. I think they're doing a good job. The invisible blockchain scenario, I love it. I feel like they've put together like the perfect schematic for crypto NFT gaming. Philly said Justin Bieber bought $1 million ape JPEG and lost most of its value. Justin Bieber has FU money. He really does. He went through some shit, dude. I feel bad for him. He went through some weird shit. And now he's like dealing with it mentally. So I hope he finds peace. I really do. HQZ said the quiet part out loud. We got $135 million liquidation at 85, 123. Let's see if we hit that bad boy. That would not surprise me. What just happened? Hello? Oh, I'm on Cardano. Wow. That's awkward. Oh, it's right there already. Okay. Tyler's cannolis in the way. See if we hit it. We're breaking, I will say we're breaking bullish out of the potential descending broadening wedge on the 15-minute. Let's go. Let's go. See, we're going to reject off of 85, 123. We're going to liquidate that guy. Retest, bullish retest, confirmation, confirm, and go bananas, dude. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm hoping for. Fingers crossed. Jim said, when I saw the Diddy stuff with Justin, I felt horrible for the guy. Dude, it makes so much sense, too. And the worst thing that he did was, like, speed through a neighborhood in Canada or something. Everyone was like, look at just F this kid. What a stupid teenager. Like, he's a teenager. Everyone does stupid shit like that. I've never had a problem with Justin Bieber. I always thought it was weird when people did. He was a kid. Charles Hoskinson's looks at Ada every day and says a small prayer for his son in these trying times. I mean, I don't know. I feel like people are weird about Ada's price. It's up 2x minimum. It's up like 3x actually from the bear market lows, and everyone's like, "Oh, Ada." They should have bought. They should have bought at the bear market lows. Leave the gun, take the cannoli. Has brown eye blue. Really, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Billy, you gotta behave, man. HQZ said JB seems like a legitimately cool guy. I also feel bad for him. Couldn't be easy being a child star and never knowing a normal life. Dude, that happens to every single child star. I think Macaulay Culkin is the most normal one. There's like a handful of them that actually like grew up to be like functional adults in society, but it's very rare. I'm actually of the mindset that Diddy, this is all alleged parody. Don't sue me or kill me, please. I'm just a fucking normal ass dude from Michigan. Leave me alone. I think Diddy had Michael Jackson killed. I don't think Michael Jackson was a creep or a weirdo. I think he was like just messed up in the head, you know, another child star who never had a childhood. But if there's any evidence out there, it's parents settling outside of court. If someone ever did anything to my child, they would either, I would kill them, or they would be in prison for the rest of their life. I would probably kill them, but I know for a fact that no one's gonna settle outside of fucking court. So that blows my mind right away. All of the parents that were like, oh, Michael Jackson touched my kid, and then they're like, yeah, we'll settle outside of court. Thanks for the check, Michael. We're good now, we're square. What? That doesn't fly. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And then Macaulay Culkin was like, yeah, no, he wasn't a fucking weirdo. If anyone would have been fucked up by the guy, it would have been Macaulay Culkin. I don't know, man. There's way too much evidence against Diddy regarding the Michael scenario. And Michael was like hinting at Diddy being a fucking weirdo. But I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Jim said, didn't help that people sent the kid hate mail and death threats throughout his entire adolescent experience. Right, exactly. Jake Lloyd also ended up unable to function. There's a bunch of them, dude. There's so many of them. The guy that played Sam in Lord of the Rings, what's his name? He grew up pretty normal. There's a decent chunk of them that grew up normal. I would make the argument that the guy that played Sam from Lord of the Rings Probably had a normal childhood. He was in a handful of movies, and then he was a normal kid. Daniel Radcliffe, he's a little bit odd. Rupert Grint and Hermione Granger, whatever her name is, I forget, Emma Watson. They're pretty normal. Jim said it's like the dude in the 90s that tried to kill his neighbor for sexual assault of his son. As they were crating the dude off to prison, Dad sneaked over and tried to blow his head off. Had every right to do. Didn't he kill him? I think he actually successfully killed him. Or was that in the 70s? There's a video of the guy. The dad is like at the phone booth, and then he turns around and he pops the guy. And he served 0 time for that, and the guy died. That's like one of my favorite fucking stories in the world. I love that shit. It doesn't make any sense for me in my brain that somebody would let something like that happen to their child and then be like, yeah, you can just write me a check. That's fine. No. That's not reality. I'm sorry. That don't fucking work that way. Okay. Bitcoin is currently trading at 84,807 and 99 cents. We're getting a little bit pumpy, guys. Getting weirdly pumpy here. We got some double digit. Well, not double digit. Some high single digit. There's some 2s and 4s and the percentage gains. Looking good. Looking real good. Jim said, I mean, you can't fix that kind of damage, man. Dad did the only thing he knew would be some kind of justice. I agree, dude. I agree so much. Money said, because it maybe didn't happen. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's easy to take a payout because it didn't fucking happen. That is 100% what I'm saying. I don't think Michael did it. I don't think he did nothing. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. There's interviews of him as well, talking about that guy down the street. He's like, I'm not that guy down the street. And P. Diddy lived right down the fucking street from him. I'm just saying. There's a lot of weird evidence, a lot of weird coincidences that people don't really... Everyone's like, well, that's too crazy to be, Okay. I don't know, man. I think it's crazy. I think it's all crazy. That's why you don't let your fucking kid hang out with anybody. Like, yeah, you can go to P. Diddy's house. What the fuck? No, you can't go to P. Diddy's house. You're 14. You can't spend the night at Michael Jackson's house. You're fucking 8. What the hell? Those parents are fucking nut jobs. What else do we got? Jim said Michael had his own battles. No way he'd project that onto other kids. He knows what it does to you. Yeah. Yep. I find it impossible that there would be 0 evidence. Especially with the amount of cameras that the guy had on him at all times. And the people that were around. Like, there's no fucking way. It just don't make sense to me, man. And unfortunately, I think that started a new precedent. Ooh, Money said full moon tonight? That's a big deal. The full moon is usually when the dump ends. Like, we get the full moon, and then we turn bullish, and then we get the new moon, and we turn bearish, leading into the full moon. Does that make sense? Normal said just longed, and Fartcoins, bruh, market leader, like I said last week, Maine. Jim said, dude, Michael's estate had as much CCTV as a federal prison. Exactly. All right. HQZ said, what about Prince, though? Never touched drugs. Then fentanyl overdose admitted by his doc. I think he did touch drugs. And was it fentanyl? I thought he died just of Vicodin. That's the problem, too, with the like, in-home doctor care. Is that's where the gray lines, dude. Something fishy about Prince's death. That wouldn't surprise me either. Prince was definitely killed. Yeah, dude. There's too many coincidences with all these people. Prince probably knew something he wasn't supposed to know. Michael probably knew something he wasn't supposed to know. Who else died? Heath Ledger probably knew something he wasn't supposed to know. Philip Seymour Hoffman. Well, Philip Seymour Hoffman had a substance problem. I don't know if it was fentanyl for... Is that confirmed? for Prince? I know it was painkillers. Accidental drug overdose. What drug? Oh no, it was fentanyl. Whoa! I had no idea. Wow. Bob Marley. They killed Prince the same. They killed Hendrix. Money said that's why you guys are so crazy today. Right? Yeah, I had no idea. Prince knew he'd die in an elevator too. Ooh, yeah. See, the people that know, and then you like discover the evidence later, that's so trippy. Michael was talking about people coming after him too. I don't know, man. That's crazy. That's why I try to mind my own business and shut the hell up. Like, I'll speculate about stupid shit on the internet, but I'm not trying to fucking investigate nothing, you know? I'm good. I'm happy. I'm happy in my little lane. Philly said Philip Seymour died because of his lame role in Twister. He was a brilliant actor, Philly. You don't just know how you're gonna die. Exactly, man. I would never get in an elevator. Wouldn't you just not get in an elevator at that point? Although, imagine dying on the stairs. That would suck. HQZ said, ain't gonna let the elevator break us down. Oh no, let's go. Normal said Philly is a silly man. Alright, man. I'm probably ready to call it. Bitcoin looks like it's trying to break out, man. It really does. Let's see if it gets a little spicy. If it does, then I'll hop back on. Otherwise, happy Sunday, guys. Smash the like button on your way out. Jim said dying on the stairs would make me look lame, right? Dude, it would look like you had, like, bad heart or something. He couldn't handle walking up the fucking stairs. Like, the people who die on the toilet, that's, like, one of my worst fears. That's, again, that goes back to the bowel movement thing, man. You gotta make sure that your bowels are in check. You don't want to die on the toilet. You know who died on the toilet? Elvis Presley and fucking John Wayne. I think Elvis had an 8-pound shit in the toilet. Make sure you're pooping. That stuff's important. That's the lesson of the day. Make sure you're pooping. All right. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Happy Sunday. As always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. Good night.